In Hitler's book Mein Kampf, he promised to invade the Soviet Union. This was mostly because of his hate of the communists and his dream of Germans having land for generations to come. But when Hitler rose to power, he realized if he invaded the Soviets, he would be walking into a two-front war like World War I. So instead of invading the Soviets during his invasion of Poland, he aligned himself with the Soviets in the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. This pact basically divided Europe between the two. The Soviets would invade the Baltic countries and Finland, while the Nazis got everything west. But after invading France and Poland, and Britain being a stubborn donkey, the Nazis had moved towards the invasion of the Soviets, especially since they had basically lost the Winter War to Finland, a smaller nation, showing that the Soviet troops were very bad and under-equipped. By the end of 1940, Hitler ordered a plan to invade the Soviets. The invasion was to be huge, extending from Nazi-occupied Norway to the Caspian Sea. The invasion would also consist of the Finnish, as a sequel to the Winter War. Troops from Germany, Romania, Italy, Hungary, and Slovakia would all line up on the border to invade. On June 22, 1941, the operation went into play. 3 million men crossed the 1,800-mile border. It would lead to the largest land invasion of all time. Even though Stalin had many warnings about the invasion from Britain to the U.S., he and his army were in complete shock. As the Germans moved swiftly, they captured over 1 million Soviet soldiers. In the first few weeks the Germans shot down 1,000 planes. By August, the cities of Minsk and Kiev had been taken. An invasion up north had also had a huge success, with Leningrad under siege from Finnish and Nazi troops. Soon the invasion force was about to reach Moscow, but the unrelenting winter of Russia set in, and the Germans had to wait until spring, after troops from Siberia, trained in the cold, came in. During the winter, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, one of the deadliest days in American history. America and Britain a day later declared war on Japan, so Germany declared war on the U.S., that would lead to their downfall. In 1942, Germany began to cut off the Caucasus with their huge oil supply and eventually invaded the Caucasus. But soon the Germans would find their biggest challenge yet, Stalingrad. Now imagine you're the leader of the glorious Soviet Union. You originally helped create the Union. Lenin got St. Petersburg/Petrograd renamed after him to Leningrad. You got Volgograd named to Stalingrad. But a funny mustache guy is threatening to take a big part of your identity. Now, nothing else matters except for holding your wonderful city. That was the mind of Stalin. He sent 600,000 regulars plus 400,000 Red Army soldiers to defend the city. This is why some people call this battle the Battle of Two Egos. He was also breaking society's boundaries. You would see thousands of women sign up in droves to fight for their motherland. Soon the new and improved Soviet forces pushed into the heartland of Germany. Meanwhile, up north, Finland would lose the continuous war to the Soviets, getting a threequel of the Winter War called the Lapland War, basically them just trying to get rid of all the Nazi troops in their country. Soon, with the invasion at Normandy and the Soviets approaching Berlin, Hitler committed suicide in a bunker. Germany would fall a few days later. If this invasion never happened, maybe the Germans would win, but we may never know.